Because this is what happens when people are living in a life like that and self-limiting themselves with their thoughts. There is a chatterbox in your head constantly talking to you, and that's called stress and anxiety and fears as illusion. So people stop their daily activities and they start to drink, eat, and do any kind of extracurricular activities which called addictions. So whichever shape and form you choose to be addicted to something else because you hate your present moment, you will do so. None of them is better than the other. None of them is better than the other. Smoking, drugs, or sex, same thing. Food, drinks, same thing. Some people go out and commit crimes to stop their mind. All right, enough of that, because we have another extreme of that. It's called pleasure. Because you should know that everything in life is guided by these two things: pain or pleasure. But we need to know what are those first before you can understand why you do things. So I put up some pictures here which by my reality would be pleasure. So let me see. Let me keep going and say, well, my brother loves fishing, I can't stand it, but that's his reality and that's his pleasure. And let's see, boating, I'm seasick, so I can't go on boats. So for me it's a pain, for other people it's pleasure. And what about this? How many of you do physical activity and you think it's pleasure? Oh, God blessing, that's great. And I saw you have a fantastic basketball court here. I would like to have a little bit of a session with you guys playing here. So anyway, if you start thinking about that exercise is pleasure, you will be doing it, isn't it? But for the 90% who is sitting here who is not doing physical activity because it's pain. Very simply. Now, pleasure actually nothing else, again, as perception. You were taught what should be pleasure for you. Or for some of you and some of us, we never know what that is because we are keep living in pain. And we start imagining that things should be pleasurable and we start living our brain out there. And then the biggest basically pleasure for most people is to avoid pain. Now why do you think people don't say and can't say no here? Because it's much easier to say yes and say, okay, I deal with it later. Then you remove yourself from there and you will be humiliated on a telephone. You know you won't be showing up on time. Who taught you that? Where did you see that? Now let's break that. Because basically procrastination and pretending is nothing else but that. So from now on you will know if somebody really wanted to come and show up, they will show up. If they bring on some all crazy circumstance, what is going to happen in your head? You will know they really didn't want to be there. Because it's painful for them to be there. Very simple. Now, since I bugged your brain so much, now this is the time actually to test pain and pleasure, and what do we do with it? Are you guys ready? May I borrow your hands for you? Yeah, okay. Now the only reason I'm doing this exercise, because this is like the taste of a chocolate. Now if I am eating chocolate, will you know how is the chocolate taste if I just describe it to you? No. How would you know? If you eat it. So let's take a bite. So this exercise is for that. And I understand those of you who don't want to do it, it's fine because you think you look stupid, it's completely fine. But please take yourself, make a chance that when you get out of here, lock yourself in the bathroom and actually do this. So you go home, lock yourself in your room, do this exercise. Alright? So you have your two hands. Take one hand and caress the top of your other hand. How does it feel? Nice? You want some more? you addicted? Anyway, take your hand away and just watch the skin underneath. Just watch the skin. How long does the effect last? How long does the effect last? Take away your hand now and watch the skin. How long does it last? How long does it last? Still there? No! Ah, surprising, isn't it? Now take your hand and pinch the top of your other hand. Pinch really hard. Pinch really hard. How does it feel? Pain! You want some more? No! Alright, let it go and watch the skin. Keep watching, keep observing. How long does it last? Is it still there? Okay, keep watching. We can wait, right? Be patient, we have time. How long does it last? Do you find that it's disappearing now? So, doesn't it make you wonder that one felt good, but they are still gone? So what do we take away from this to take it home as a message? Everything in life is temporary. So if you are going to find some activity which will bring you pleasure, it will be pleasure until you do it. If you find an activity which will be pain as long as it's there, and it will be gone. So shall you get depressed and stay there about it? Absolutely not. Now let's see how do we solve this problem. Now, those of you who are sitting on a chair, it's much easier, right? So now you're going to have to caress your thigh with one hand and pinch the other one with your other hand. Go ahead. Now you can close your eyes and start shifting your focus between the pinch and the caress. Go ahead. I'm teaching you something for your life. How does it feel? Can you do that? Which one do you feel really? The pain. Okay, now do this. While you're doing that, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Good. Now sit down. Now stand up again. And sit down again. Hey, congratulations! You know what you learned here? You learned to move on. Because no matter what happens in your life, things will go parallel. You will find things which will be painful, and you will find things which are pleasure. But there is one thing which is within your control, is what? Move on. So do you have to be sitting all the time? No. Everything is temporary. So your focus and illusions of how much you are keeping yourself in illusion, it will be up to you from now on. Because you just learned to move on. And ladies and gentlemen, the moment you take one step away from that stuff, you want to get away, acknowledge you are already one step away. And then you can take another step. And you are already 2 steps away. And for most people, taking 2 steps will help you to look ahead and keep walking to where you want to go. But for that, you will need to start a little bit of loving yourself. So I'm going to get to that because I want to be able to empower you to take that first step, take the second step, and keep walking. The only way to bring this country out from where you are, it will be depend on you and how fast and efficiently you will be walking. You realize that? So that judgment, that freedom and that decision is in whose hand? Your hand! Exactly! So, do we agree on that? Whichever it was pain or pleasure, the pinching, I know it's a very stupid exercise. I know I'm crazy. Forgive me for that. Do we agree on that? That they were all sensations? Were there any difference between the two? Was there any difference? What was the only difference? What was the only difference? The intensity. Isn't it? So now, in order for you to make sense why I am keep talking about this, I need to show you about your physiology. How many percent of your body is made out of water? Do we know? 70%. Thank you so much. Now, you have no idea how much all this stuff is linked to that, but let me just show you. Do we know this? Do we know this picture from anywhere? How does it look like? A snowflakes. Very close. What is snow made out of? Water. Thank you. So this is a water crystal. Welcome to the research of Dr. Emoto from Japan. He was the one first certain crystals. And those crystals looks a bit differently depending on different environment. So, for the next exercise, I need 2 people. Okay, come on, 1, 2, come on out. What is your name?
And you?
Okay, both of them Hasnans. Are you brothers or something? No? Come on up here. You need 2 microphones. So we are going to demonstrate something for you. So Hassan number 1 to Hassan number 2. Okay, here we go.
You are a very big stupid guy. I hate you, I don't like you. You have no future, you're just gonna stand there and there. You're a dumb person. I'll kill you someday. Swear to God, I'll kill you.
How would it feel if someone told you that? Did you want some more? No! Of course not. Thank you so much. You stand over here. The 2 of you stand over there. Stand next to each other because the next exercise I will do. You guys look so beautiful. I love your eyes. And look so great. I love the way you dress. And I know that you guys are very smart. And you can do anything in your life, but you can. And I really appreciate that we met. How did that feel?
Well, pretty good. It felt
You
very
see
good.
the difference on their faces? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What did we see here? You do realize I'm talking about the same thing all over and all over again. I'm just putting it to a different perspective for you. Now let me show you. The water crystals, when somebody is angry at you, will completely fall apart. And guess what? It's not only your water crystal, not the other person's water crystal, but yours as well. Because when you are angry at somebody, your body hears the same things. So does it make sense for you to be angry anymore? No. So now what happens when someone says thank you, and they love you and they appreciate you? Which one makes you move? Love and affection. Now my question is, how much are you doing that to your friends and to your family? How much are you doing that to your fellow Pakistanis? None.